Hello, 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 everyone. How's everyone doing today? My name is Anthony Moore, owner and the creator of Limitless Comics. Coming on to say a big hello to everyone today. And first of all, I would love to thank everyone who subscribed to my YouTube channel. I got some big hits on it today. I'm very excited about that. And I want to let you folks know that my comic books, The Youngins and Solo 88 Weapons and Armory, are now at the printers and will start printing on Monday or Tuesday of this week coming. And the awesome books shall be coming shortly. So get ready for them, people. I created this channel actually for my comic book company, and I also created to give people information on how to create a comic book, how to create a comic book team, and how to create a successful crowdfunding. Now, on the crowdfunding, I would like to say that although my crowdfundings were in the 2,500, 3,000s, they were all successful, about six of them on Kickstarters and Indiegogos, with all the Limitless Comics titles from Drivers 8, Muffin Man, Realm, Solo 88, Youngins, and all of them. So I'll be giving out a little bit more information about that. I want to keep these videos down to under 30 minutes because I don't want to keep people on too long. Just going to show you some awesome books once again from Limitless Comics. Here's the Muffin Man variant cover, drawn by me and painted by Mr. Rudy A.O. The Muffin Man goes head to head with the angular fish. Well, he's about to. And I have a variant cover of Solo 88, which I absolutely positively love. And this is the Red Hunt variant cover. This is also the Muffin Man here for pretty much adults. I'll sell that one too right there. Number one with Little Miss Patty Cakes and the Muffin Man on there. And my sci-fi comic book Realms with Baruch, the Breaker of Souls, with Elysium, the Wizard of the Realm of Harvest, holding the young orphan child god, Thunderbringer. I wanted to show you folks them right there. These are all available on the Limitless Comic website, www.limitlesscomicsgroup.com. Now, I had a question from, I believe, a gentleman named Michael Williams. He was talking about he was a little confused about a name to create he wanted to create a comic book company's name, and he was a little confused about or how to come by getting the name of a comic book company. It's kind of that's really left up to you on how you want to create the name of your comic book company. I always say, take a look at what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, and how you feel about your company. These three things right here are something that would get you on track of getting an awesome name for your independent comic book company. You know, let's say that you're hungry, determined, you have determination, you're hungry, and you feel that you have an amazing comic book. Okay. Just coming off the head with this stuff. Determination Media. You can put you can put Second to None Comic Company if that's how you feel. It's how you feel about what you're giving the people and how you want people to know your company by. If you're constantly doing things and not stopping and making progress, Relentless Comics. These are all names I'm coming up with. I don't know if they're necessarily there, but there's so many other names you can come up with too as well. What I don't recommend you do, I got this right here. I'm going to show you folks. This here is one of my first comic books created in 1997. As you can see up in the top, it says Anthony and Barbara Moore, Realms. This is the very first Realms comic book in 1997. This book is not for sale because I only have 7 of them and they're very limited and I'm holding them on my own. But one thing you don't want to do, you don't ever want to put someone's name on your comic books, girlfriend, husband, boyfriend. You don't want to put their names on the books, especially if they don't have anything to do with the comic book. A lot of people feel that, well, I'm married and I love my wife. I've been married for 5 years, so I want to put her name, Helen Comics. You don't really want to do that, especially if she's not into your comic books or doing anything with your comic book company. She's just simply a spouse. It can go for Roger Comics. If he has nothing to do with your company, he's just your spouse or your boyfriend or someone you really like. You don't want to put their names on there. This caused me a lot of problems with legal actions and everything with my ex because the name of hers was on the book. So you don't know how long, you'll be with someone, if there's going to be problems in the future, whatever. So to save yourself a lot of money and now the legal mumbo jumbo, you do not want to put no one's name. A lot of people say, well, I would like to put my daughter's name, I'd like to put my son's name, my mother who passed away, my father. Them, okay, if you want to use them, that'll be all right. But spouses is something I really don't recommend anyone put your spouse's name. If something happens in the future and you're not together, they can pretty much either claim not, if not all, half of something that you've worked hard for. So you want to be very careful with that. Make sure you do not put spouses' names, no matter how good they cook, how good they make love, how much they tell you they love you, or whatever like that. Don't put their names on the books. Okay, that's definitely a no-no right there. All right, and make sure people, if you get a chance, give this video a thumbs up if you like it. I really would appreciate that, and it would show as well on Facebook. I'm getting thumbs up and people starting to like me. I got about 16 people within 4 days that actually joined up, and the more thumbs up and interactions I get will be really helpful. Um, excuse me. A couple of things I want to go by. I was going by some a couple of days ago, but I might even revisit them. The statements I made, just to make sure that you folks are up on date with it if you didn't watch the first one. But I always like to tell people the do's and don'ts that I do not like to do, especially when you're starting, creating a comic book company or doing a crowdfunding. And this is one thing that a lot of people make mistakes on. Facebook is the largest platform in the world right now, next to YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Facebook is still number one. And a lot of people always post on their postings, even if when they're comic book creators or trying to create their own brand, they have a problem on posting mainstream media things. They posting, a lot of people I know now who have comic book companies are posting stuff about the new Justice League Snyder Cut. They're posting stuff about the Flash, the Black Panther animated series coming out. You don't want to put mainstream media stuff on your page. You want to draw people into what you're doing. So you always want to post something about what you are doing and what you are creating. This shows people your loyalty to what you're doing, and you want them to get familiar more with your characters, your stories, and your titles. So just to make a long story short, if you look online, if you look under, let's just say Justice League Snyder Cut, if you look under HBO Max on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, they've got millions of people talking about it already. Already have millions of people talking about it already. So you folks do not have to help them by spreading the word about a $1 trillion movie. I'm sure will probably end up being, or billions of dollars. They don't need your help on promoting. They have enough money, enough time, enough outlets and resources to repost what they are creating. You want to make sure that what you're creating, you want to make sure people are getting familiar with that. So I always say never post mainstream or anything like that. Always post your own stuff. That's what that's a rule I live by. And if you folks could tell by going on my Facebook page, you'll see that I'm always posting something about what we're doing, what's coming out, characters I'm creating, storylines, or thanking someone who's purchased the comic books from Limitless Comics. Always use that. And another thing I like to say as well, use your Facebook page as your platform for your material. That pretty much plays off the previous rule I go by. Make sure you always show your material. Make sure you always show something. People want to see progress. People want to see what you're working on. They want to say, oh, well, that one was good last week, but this one's a lot better this week. You want your characters' names, their origins, to stick in the people's heads that you're hoping will be potential buyers of your comic book. If you have something about your character on one posting, and then on the next posting, you have something about the up and coming Avengers movie or something about the Godzilla or something, it makes people quickly forget about yours because the other ones that you're doing and you're posting are on a much bigger platform, so it stays in their head more. So make sure that you definitely stick with your title, your brand, and what you're doing. Another one that I want to say, what I think is very important, don't get upset or show discouraged about your book or your crowdfundings. I know a lot of people do that. I was one. You go to Kickstarter and Indiegogo. So you have your book out. You're making $2,000, and you've been doing it for years. And you see someone coming out, and you feel that your book is better than theirs, your brand is better than theirs, but they're making $8,000, $9,000. Never compare yourself, because if you do that, if you're looking at theirs, looking at yours, then you get a little upset, you get aggravated. But you don't want your guests, you don't want your fans, you don't want your readers, you don't want people who are viewing you to see that as a weakness. You don't want them to see your anger. Well, why are they doing this, and why do they make that, and how come they got this, and how come I ain't got that, and you guys should do this, and you guys should give more money, and I know some people have pledged to them and didn't pledge to me, and I got better characters than this. You don't want to do that. One thing, a lot of people who collect comic books, they don't like drama too much. They don't like that kind of drama. They don't like that kind of anger. They want to read good comic books. They want to collect them. They want to talk about the comic books and enjoy. They don't want to see you go on a rant about some other comic book company that's not better than yours, making more money. So do not get online. Believe me, and also doing that never pays off. When you get online and you start arguing, that video is going to be there forever. That's going to stay in them people's minds forever as well. So be careful what you post and everything. It's very important that you don't be posting any negativity or hate towards any other independent comic book company, because we're all in this together. And if you start posting about other comic book companies, what they're doing wrong, or you don't like their artists, or you think your art's better than theirs, it's caused a lot of animosity amongst the independent comic book ranks. So you want to make sure you don't do that also. It's not a good thing to do. I learned that the hard way. So make sure that you definitely don't do that. First of all, I'd like to say happy Saturday. It's 1:58 here. East Coast time, Massachusetts. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I know you folks should be out enjoying the weather. No matter where you are, it should be beautiful. But if you get a chance, make sure you stop on by Limitless Comics, www.limitlesscomicsgroup.com, and check out a book or two over there, and see if there's anything you'd like to purchase. I would greatly appreciate that. Let me see. Another thing I have. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Once again, on the crowdfunding, I myself is you can put days that you want your crowdfunding to go. 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, 40 days, whatever. I myself like to do 25 days. I see some people doing 40 days on the crowdfunding, and I'm going to tell you why I don't like to do a long time on crowdfunding. When you do a long crowdfunding, let's say you do a 60-day crowdfunding. Okay. When you do a 60-day crowdfunding, people will purchase from you the first day and they're going to hang out. And you have to remember the money on Kickstarter does not come out of your banking account until or if the Kickstarter reaches their goal. Now, if they reach their goal, you still have to wait 15 days for your money for them because they have to collect money for the people's credit cards and everything and bank accounts. It's like that. The bad thing about that is you're giving people 60 days to change their mind. And when you give people 60 days to change their mind, there's a good chance a few people are going to change their mind. And if they change their mind because they probably see something that came out the month after yours that they kind of like, but they don't have the funds to take a chance on yours and to take a chance on theirs. So they go, oh, I like this Limitless Comics, but I kind of like that book over there more. There's a bigger chance for them, a much greater chance for them to cancel out your order and go pick up another order somewhere else. So I try to keep mine to 25 days minimum, maximum 30 days. But really, the 40 and 60 days, you don't want to really do that. Like I said, I know it. I've had it before. I raised, let's just say, $3,000. And with 8 days to go, I have 4 people that dropped out. Now I'm down to $2,800. You know, just don't give them that much time to really, unless you have a massive project and people know you, then you have backing from people who are not going to go anywhere. Then you can do the 60 days, 80 days, whatever you want. But if you don't, be very careful with that. That's very, very, very important right there. Also, to let you folks remind you folks, the Solo 88, the meeting is going absolutely great. I talked to the film crew the other day. They love the script. It's going to be a live film of Solo 88. So once again, if you haven't picked up the Solo 88 comic book, this is one of them. This is going to be a live film, starting the film in October. Make sure you get the Solo 88 comic book. That's going to be absolutely positively fascinating. And also to Miss Mary Vaughn, the mother of Mr. Adam Vaughn, will be receiving a dark variant cover of The Muffin Man simply by passing the word around about Limitless Comics and reposting on her page and other page groups as well. She'll be getting a Muffin Man #1 dark variant, dark tunnel variant, drawn by me and painted by Mr. Rudy Ayo, Muffin Man, and Little Miss Patty Cake with her big old knife down the bottom. That's her knife, right? It's over there somewhere. All right. So, Miss Mary Vaughn, I want to thank you so much. And that will be going out with the rest of the books as well. So I'm going to thank you for that. And I'm going to thank all you folks for actually stopping by. Starting in about 3 or 4 more days, I'll be on again, and I'll be giving you a couple of more tips on what to do, especially with the crowdfunding, and where to look for great artists, great colorists, and great writers for a great price. You'll be very surprised at what we're going to talk about on that. So once again, I want to thank you folks so much for stopping by. If you have any questions, please drop them down in the the question or the comment box and let me know what the question is, and I'll try to answer it the best I can. Mr. Mike Williams, I hope I answered your question about getting a name for your company. Once again, you do not want to put the name of your wife and spouse on, make that your company brand, because if something happens in the future, somebody's getting half. You don't want that, especially when it's something that you're doing, all the work you're doing. You want to be very careful with that. Here's the blank cover of Solo 88. Also have that as well. So I want to thank you folks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I know it's a Saturday, and I want everyone to be out enjoying themselves, practicing safe and social distancing and everything like that. But if you can give a like to this video, I would greatly appreciate that. I decided to keep the videos down to about 20 or 30 minutes because I feel that if I make them any longer, a lot of people are not going to be wanting to see the video. So I'm going to keep this one short. I'd rather do short videos and a lot of them than few and long. You know, just doesn't work out too good. So don't forget, people, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification button. And if you could hit the like, I would greatly appreciate that. You have any questions, drop them down below, and I will answer them online, or I will just comment back to you. And again, my name is Anthony Moore, the owner and creator of Limitless Comics, and I thank you guys so much for your time. I thank you for stopping by and checking me out, and I hope to see you guys sooner than later. You take care, and thank you, everyone. Happy Saturday to you, and happy first day of spring. Bye-bye.